and welcome back to my channel Gabbabetic. In today's video I'm going to be showing you everything that I eat today as a type 1 diabetic celiac. I'm going to be showing you all of the gluten-free foods I have in a day, and we're going to look at the blood sugars and carb count and take insulin as well. I thought it would be interesting to show my day-to-day usual diet. Today is Good Friday, so I'm off work today, but I'm still going to follow my usual working weekday diet. Maybe a treat at the end for Friday, we shall see. I hope you like this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. So, breakfast. Alright, so breakfast time. I'm so hungry. Right, my blood sugar is 9.2. I'll put that on the screen there. You can see that I went up a bit overnight, so I need to bring it down and take a correction dose as well. But the food, so I always make an overnight oats pot. Here is how the pot looks, and I'll show you everything that's in it in a second. First though, gotta take some insulin. So there's 30 grams of carbs in this pot, and I want to take one extra unit to correct, so I'm going to take 4 units. If you're new to diabetes, and you'll see me do this a lot in the video, you have to count the carbohydrate content of the food, because that's how you work out how much insulin to take. So I've already counted the carbs for these pots before, so I know it's 30 grams of carbs, but we'll do some more carb counting later on. And let me show you now everything that goes into this pot. So first of all, obviously, is some oats. I use gluten-free oats. Oats can be not gluten-free, and if you're celiac, you can be very sensitive to oats. There's some discussion around it whether oats are gluten-free or not, but I just get these ones from Morrison's that are made to be gluten-free. You obviously saw the berries in there, so I have some blueberries that are frozen and I put them in. Then I put in some linseed, which is gluten-free, high in fiber, high in protein. Some chia seeds, about a tablespoon of them. And if you want, I don't usually put these in mine, but you can get cacao nibs if you want it to be kind of a bit more chocolatey. But I actually think they taste too bitter, so I don't use them. So yeah, if you want the quantities, let me know and I'll put it in the comments down below. But basically, you just put all of those in a pot, add a bit of milk, leave it overnight, and you get this overnight oats pot, and it's really good. It's just so much handier than having to make a breakfast, I feel, and also you can bring it with you on the go. So this is my breakfast. Gonna go and eat this now, and see you then at the next food. Alright, so it is like 11:15. My blood sugar is actually, though, it's 3.6 here. On the Freestyle Libre it said 4.1, but going down, and I do feel pretty bad, so I'm dropping. But I wanted to show you my hypo treatment. For my gluten-free diabetic hypo treatment, I use Lucozade. I just find that it works best for me. Basically, when you're having low blood sugar, you need glucose as soon as, so this is the best for me. So I'm gonna have some of this. I wanted to show you that I feel not so great, so I'm gonna sit down, but we'll have lunch in a while and I'll show you what I'm having then, but I need some of this right now. Okay, so I'm just going for a bit of a lunchtime walk before we go home and have lunch. My blood sugar is 5.7, which is really good after the hypo, but because I'm going to walk for like an hour, I'm going to have a snack. I'm going to have one of these Trek bars. They're kind of a bit high protein, gluten-free and vegan, and they're really good. The carb content is 18 for this whole bar, so I'm only going to have half of it because I don't want my blood sugar to go too high either. This is the salted caramel flavor, which is my favorite flavor, and it's so good. It's like this chewy layer, and then you get the salted caramel on top. So yeah, I'm only going to have half of it though, which is about 10 grams of carbs. Oh, it's really hot, so we need to go walk. So just in the shop, gonna get something for lunchtime. Go into the checkout and then we'll go home and have some lunch. So I'm back home now after the walk. Blood sugar is 9.2, so it's just going up a bit, probably from the exercise. I did actually eat all of the Trek bar when I was walking because I was feeling like my blood sugar was dropping, so that's probably why it's 9.2. But it is time for lunch, so you saw me in the shop there. For lunch today, I'm gonna have gluten-free bread with avocados made into guacamole and scrambled eggs with some sour cream in that. So I'm gonna put that all together now. Have 1 or 2 extra things to show you, and I will carb count everything and take my insulin too. So I'm gonna get making that. So to start, I'm going to make some guac out of the avocados. So here is the bread that I got in the shop. It's a gluten-free tiger loaf. So I've actually never had this before, so I'm gonna try it for the first time. There you go there. It's gluten-free and high in fiber, and the carb count per serving is about 38. I'm guessing a serving is about 2 slices. I'm not really sure, so we'll have to do a bit of guesstimating on this, but I'm gonna cut it up and make some slices first. Here's my gluten-free bread cut up, and it's so spongy. It's really soft, so it's really good gluten-free bread. Got the guac made, so it has avocados, lime, and salt and pepper. So I'm gonna put a spoon onto this and start to build it up. For eggs then, I've got these large free-range eggs. I'm going to use a few of them and make a scrambled egg with some sour cream inside to make it extra creamy. So because I'm having guac and sour cream, decided to do a bit of a Friday treat and have a bit of nachos on the side. So these are gluten-free nacho chips. But with type 1 diabetes, it's not as easy as just eating however much you want. You have to carbohydrate count. So on the label it says 1/8 of a bag, 25 grams is 16 grams of carbs. So that's what I'm going to weigh out. Honestly, that's a 25-gram portion. There's about 4 or 5 nachos in there, so that's too sad. So I'm going to double that. Going to have 50 grams, which will be 32 grams of carbohydrate. Like, this is the part with type 1 diabetes when you have to weigh out food. You can feel a bit bad or guilty sometimes. I hate the way it makes feel like, honestly, like, that's a portion size, really. So I can't have that. I have to double that today, so that's what I'm going to do. That is more like it. Like, that's only a little bowl of nachos as well, and that's 2 portions, so... Okay, we have 32 grams of carbs anyway. That's the most important part. How good does this look? Oh my god. I'm really excited. So the carbohydrates that we have in total are 32 grams for the nachos and 38 for the bread. So I'm going to round that up to 75. My blood sugar is a bit high and I will have a bit of the sour cream and stuff. So I want to take a correction. So altogether, I'm going to take 9 units of insulin for this lunch. All right, have the food. Need to take the insulin quick. This is the part I hate where I have to, like, the food's ready, but I need to inject. So going for 9 units, I think that will be good. But I'm really hungry. Going to try a bite. Like I said, I never had this bread before, so I'm interested to see how it tastes. It's really good. But it's all over my face now. I'm gonna dip a nacho into the sour cream on the top. Oh, they're nacho cheese flavour as well, so they're really nice. So I think I have it pretty balanced. Like, I have carbs with the bread, I have fat with the sour cream and the avocado, and then I have eggs for the protein. So I think I have a pretty balanced lunch. And I should also mention that the drink I'm having is water. So this is what I've been drinking throughout the day as well. So I'm gonna go enjoy this really nice lunch, do something in the afternoon then, and then see you at dinner. Okay, so it is a bit later on in the day, but it's still before dinner. I wanted to show you some examples of things that I have for snacks. But my blood sugar is 3.9, so I am probably dropping. So I usually don't have this as a snack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have half of one of these gluten-free muffins. And honestly, they're the best. The only reason that I actually have them is because my nana sent over a box of gluten-free treats, which is so nice of her. But here's how they look, and they're the best muffins ever. This brand Promise gluten-free. So if you ever see that brand, definitely get these muffins. They're 20 grams of carbs per muffin. Because I'm dropping and I feel it and I know it, I'm only going to have half, which will be a 10 grams of carb snack. So soft and spongy as well. They smell so sweet. They're so good. I'm going to have a different drink that I'm going to show you now. And I also want to show you an example of another snack that I would have if I wasn't going low. Okay, we will start off with the drink, and this is it here. It's a Ribena. If you're in the UK, you know what this is, and in Ireland. But if you are not from there, you'll be like, what is a Ribena? Basically, it's kind of like a juice or a squash is what I would say. It's made of blackcurrants. But the thing about it is that you cannot just drink straight from the bottle. You have to dilute it first. And this one is the no added sugar one. You can get full sugar one, but because of diabetic, obviously I'm going to have the low sugar. As you can see, every 250 mils diluted has about 0.7 grams of sugar, so that's perfect for me. But yes, very, very important is that you have to dilute it, because if you don't dilute it, it tastes really bad. So for a normal glass, honestly, you only want about this much full of the Ribena, and then you're going to top up the rest with water. So you can see that I've topped mine up to nearly the top of the glass, and it tastes so good. I love it. And the fact that I can get the low sugar one is so good. So the snack in the afternoon that I would normally go for is this Babybel, and Babybel is basically just a little cheese, and this is a really great snack for me because I don't have to take any insulin for it. So if I have my Babybel and my Ribena here, I can be having a snack that I don't need insulin for because it's low, well, it's no carb really, but it's like 1 gram of carb, so you don't need any insulin. So this is a really, really good snack for me. I'll open this and show you how it looks. So this is the Babybel when I opened it up, and as you can see, it's just a little cheese. And it tastes so good. So yeah, it's just a little cheese, tastes really good, and actually the combination of having the cheese and the Ribena go really well together. And like I said, you don't need any insulin for the Ribena and the Babybel together, so I like to have it as a little afternoon snack. The only reason that I had half of the muffin was because I am dropping, so I need something to hold my blood sugar before dinner. But it's a really good snack, and I absolutely love the Ribena. It's so good. Good evening. So it's almost dinner time. Let me tell you what I'm having, and then I'll show you me making it a bit. I'm gonna have a gluten-free halloumi burger with some salad in there, and then I'm gonna have some homemade sweet potato wedges. So for the sweet potato wedges, peel the sweet potato, cut it up into the wedges shapes, season it, and then cooked it in the oven for half an hour. The salads go in the burger then I have ready. I have some spinach, I've got some tomato, some scallions or green onion, and then a bit of cheese. And the burger bun, let me show you that. For the bun then, I'm using these free from gluten, milk and egg as the brown seeded rolls. I'm going to grill it, so that will be really good with the halloumi and the salad on top. These are really good, I've had them before. Seeds though do spill everywhere, so be careful if you get these. Carbs per roll, it's a bit hard to see, but it is 25 grams per roll. So we're at 25. Nothing in the salad really, nothing in the halloumi, and a bit in the sweet potato. And then of course we'll have a little something after dinner for dessert. So it's cooking now. I'm going to put it all together then, show you it, and then we'll do the blood sugar and carb count and take insulin. So for the halloumi burger, this is the halloumi I get. It's from Asda and it's 30% less fat. As you can see, carbs are low, 2.6 in 100. So I'm probably going to have about 100, so it's really, really low. And you can make this lots of different ways. I really like to grill it, so that's how I'm going to make it. Just before I eat, my blood sugar on the actual reader is 10. Freestyle Libre is saying 11.5. So yeah, because my blood sugar is 10, I will take 1 unit as a correction, which should bring my blood sugar down to in range where I want. So for the total carb count so far, we have 25 for the roll, 5 grams in this special dessert that I'm going to show you after, so that's 30 grams. Then the sweet potato, as this website says, there's 20.5 grams of carbohydrates per 100 grams of sweet potato. So I'm going to have to weigh my wedges out when they're ready. I am so tired of weighing food. Like, that's one thing about type 1 diabetes. People don't see that you have to like carb content and weigh food, and it's a lot, but we have to do it. In terms of how easy it's been in this video to find gluten-free food, in the UK, Asda, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Tesco, everywhere has free from. And if you eat stuff like natural stuff like sweet potato, like I'm having, or like readily available stuff like cheese, like halloumi, it's actually okay. It's not too bad. So yeah, since living in the UK, I found it very easy to be on the celiac gluten-free diet. All right, weighed the wedges out here, and we got 177 grams. So I've just put a little calculation on the screen. You can see that it adds up to like 36 grams of carbs. Okay, so here's my dinner all put together, and it looks really, really good. So we've got the halloumi on the burger with the salad, spinach, tomato, and some scallions and cheese, and then the wedges, they look really good. And for the drink, I'm going to be having a glass of milk because I haven't had one today. Altogether, I'm going to take 8.5 units of insulin, but this looks really good. This is a really good dinner. Let's try a wedge before I go. I'm going to have one of the wedges, and I did parboil them, so let's give them a taste. Yeah, that definitely helps. So I think the parboiling them makes them like crispy outside when you have them in the oven, but also soft on the inside. They're really good. So I'm gonna go take my insulin, eat my dinner, and then I'll show you my dessert. So for dessert, I have this Kvarg yogurt in white chocolate flavour. Kvarg is kind of like different to yogurt, almost it has a cheese-like consistency. Okay, I'm gonna end my video here because it is getting dark, as you can see. So what I want to say, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. I hope it gave insight into like a celiac diet, gluten-free diet, and also into the type 1 diabetes side of it. The two together are often difficult, making sure things are gluten-free, managing the blood sugars with diabetes, weighing out the food, So yeah, you've seen everything that I typically eat in a day. The only other thing would be sometimes I might have a snack later on, and I would have something like these popcorns. They're really nice, they're gluten-free. There's lots of other flavors, but I like the salted. But the best part of them is the carbohydrate content is really low. For a whole packet, it's only 5 grams of carbs. Often, depending on my blood sugar, I would only need like half a unit, or maybe not even any insulin at all, depending on how my blood sugar is. But yeah, I hope you liked my video. This was a kind of a weekday video. On the weekend, I do have a bit more treats. I try to be good in the week, then have some treats on the weekend. So yeah, let me know if you want to see this again for a weekend video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next video.